Last time, you all were bloodied, battered, and stuck in a tight spot. After 2 of you had fallen temporarily, you managed to just crawl your way into a nearby house. You blockaded the door and began looking for a way out. Right about that time, you hear a knock on an interior door. Finnegan unlocks it, and you find on the other side Purity, a tabaxi potion seller and apparent rescuer of you all this time. She tells you that you're too important, and your dreams mean too much for you to die in this city. So she quickly led you all out to the bridge, where you got a glimpse of someone suspiciously casting magic off in the distance. Just as you all begin to give chase, you're routed by 2 more beasts, a carrion crawler and a bullet. After defeating them both, you made your way to a place deemed safe and far enough away for the moment. During your travels, Purity revealed what she believed to be the true nature of your shared dreams, and told you to head south to find her people. In the meantime, she would attempt to return to Ridgehaven and speak with King Rengar. You all stayed the night at the abandoned fortress where you first met Dalrin. That night you received a message from Dalrin offering you a bit of work if you were feeling up to it. You also received another visit from the man in the green cloak, who revealed himself to be called the Traveler. He also revealed that he's responsible for giving Gorna's idol to her father, who then gave it to her. The next day you all headed for Galen to meet with Dalrin about the work he had for you. He tells you that he wants you to steal something. He wants you to steal the ivory arm you all just brought in a short time ago. So the day is yours to plan and face the museum. You haven't been given too hard of a deadline on this, but you do know you need to have it done probably before your big fight.
So we have a couple days.
At most.
Yeah.
So I think we've got about a day and a half.
And what you see in front of you is the museum. All the way back there in the back is the ivory arm that you got to lay eyes on when you first brought it back and looked into the museum.
Oh my gosh. Did you hack the arm off of a mini?
Yes. Yes, I did. I painted it.
Oh
I washed it. I cut it off,
That's
and I
awesome.
glued it to a base.
It's phenomenal. That's beautiful.
At like 2:30 last night, something like that.
Perfect. Is that a catapult?
Might be.
That's a ballista.
I was gonna say we didn't look too close at too many things last time because we noticed the arm so quickly.
Yeah,
It's true.
There's an astrolabe of some sort.
We walked in,
So-
saw it, got mad, and left.
You all are currently in
Burn.
the underground hideout underneath the olive pit. You've been given your information, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Well, what time of day is it?
Let's see. Oh gosh.
Wasn't it nighttime?
No, you all had just gotten to the city, and you went immediately. Did you arrive at night?
From what I understand, from what I remember, I could be wrong. It's about midday. 'Cause I think
That's
when
what
we
I-
left off, we had about a half a day to case the museum, and then a day to get the arm out before Gorna has to fight.
That sounds right. Okay.
That's what I remember. I mean, continuity being what it is, and the human.
So
brain.
we'll call it midday right now. It's around noon.
Tournaments was in 1 week, it said, but we did
But you've been traveling for
2
several
days.
days. You have
and-
3 days.
Cool.
Well, we should probably leave this.
We should definitely
Feeds
leave
dinner.
and get to the museum so we can case it, do it a good once over, and then formulate some sort of a plan tonight.
Well, 3 days, by which I mean you have the day today, you have the next day, you have the next day, and then the following day is your tournament.
Okay, so I was about a day off.
Pretty close.
3 days, including today, and then the 4th day is your tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, we should definitely go to the museum.
All right. Let's go to the museum. Would it be good for you to not be dressed as a paladin and go to the museum? Or would it be better, because they're the guards, so I don't know if you being less conspicuous is good or more conspicuous? I honestly don't know.
Well, I've spent several days at the barracks, so they would probably recognize me anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it won't make that big of a difference.
Okay. Beyond that,
It may even help us
should we go in separately or as a group?
as a group.
We went in as a group the first time. Obviously, we were there just checking it out, but as far
That's
as anyone
true.
knows,
We
that's
have
why
been
we're
here
here.
before.
We have
so-
been in before. Yeah.
So, okay. Well, then let's just head to the museum. No biggies, not much to think about at this point.
Yeah, it's just a really good museum and we want to see it again.
Absolutely. You know, we should think about a season pass. Because it's
You never
it's
know when
cheaper.
they're gonna get new stuff.
Yeah, and you're gonna go like every year.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to go a couple times a year to save your money. So.
Absolutely. Like, it pays for itself in like 2.5 entries.
So Finnegan's knocking on the door of the museum.
Oh, well, if you'll... Alright, so you'll have made your way up out of the
Whatever
the
door's
hideout. You've
closest.
gone back up to the olive pit. You've made your way back out into the streets of Galen, and you have wandered now up to the museum. The front door of the museum is open as it was before. There are 2 guards standing out front, and there is a donation box on either side of the open door. It is not required to donate as you enter the museum, as
Good.
before, but you are encouraged.
They don't need it.
I think I donated last time.
Wait,
You did.
encouraged or encouraged?
Encouraged. You know, there's donation. There's some very ostentatious donation signs over top of each of the donation boxes
I have to
out
check
front.
my coin purse.
I dropped 2 silver the last
I'll
time we
put
were
1
here.
copper in the donation box.
Okay.
I don't have to donate for like 4 more trips. 10
1
more
copper.
trips. But since I'm not going to ever come here again,
You don't know that.
Put in 1 silver, but take out 9 copper.
Making change. In the box. I don't know if they might frown upon that.
The church
Can
I
you
went
get in
to
the
one
box?
time got
Does
real
it not have a
upset
slot on it?
about me making
It does.
change
Are
they
on
really
the
bad at this?
donation plate.
yeah, don't make change in the plate
Donation
at
plate.
church.
Yeah, you don't make change in the offering plate at church.
That's funny.
All I had was a 5, and they weren't getting all of
So,
it. 10%, motherfucker.
So you drop a copper in as you walk by, and one of the guards just kind of looks over at you and looks back, doesn't say anything. And you all walk on in, and you see the museum laid out in front of you here. There is a... it seems like there's an information desk up at the front, but no one's at it. Kind of just like last time. There are several guards walking around.
Are these guards out front?
Yes, those are the guards that are standing near the donation boxes.
Oh, the donation box is outside.
Yes, those are the donate. That is the front door. Those are
Oh,
the
that's the
donation
boxes there. I
out
couldn't
front.
see around the corner. Right on.
And yeah, so you walk in and you take a look around. Feel free.
All right.
Is there anything in particular?
I mean, I want a tour. I want
look
the works. So, since there's nobody here to give me a tour, I guess I will just self-guide myself, like, I don't know, counterclockwise around the museum.
Sure. So remembering back to the description of the arm that you read, you remember that it might not really matter exactly what you read on any of these plaques,
Sure, I don't necessarily need to read all the plaques, but I want to know
but
I want to see the whole place.
to take a look around anyway.
We were also BS'd by the Draylen brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As you walk in, the first
cool
thing
guy.
you notice on your left would be the ballista that is there. You walk over and you look around. You look it up and down. What's your passive perception?
12.
12. You also notice a box, a wooden crate next to the ballista. It looks a little out of place for everything else that's around. But it looks to be the ballista looks to be used at least a little bit. It doesn't look to be terribly old, but if you'd like to know anything more about it, you'll have to make an investigation check. Or if you want to know something specific, I'll let you know what to roll for.
I was gonna ask if it was functional.
Is it functional?
It looked functional.
I would say make the checks. I don't memorize these things. Make a. We'll just say an investigation check. Yeah.
All right.
15.
15. As far as you know, yeah. It seems like it still works. It doesn't look like any of the pieces have been purposefully removed from it or anything like that.
Okay, I rolled an 18 on an investigation check.
18. This thing works.
Oh.
Yeah, this thing works. Yeah, you could fire that. Yeah.
The crate next to it is like sealed, like a closed crate, or is there like stuff in it?
It is closed on top. There does seem to be a lid.
Okay.
I would like to investigate the crate.
The crate. What are you doing? Are you just giving it a look over? Or,
Look over, look behind.
Uh,
Is it movable?
It's hinged.
Is
you
it
know,
a hinged lid?
it looks to be there's a hinged lid on that.
Is it locked?
No, there doesn't seem to be a lock on it.
I'm gonna open a little bit and look in.
Okay. You begin to peek in.
Oh no.
Make an investigation check.
Bloody hell, that was close. That's a 9.
9. You start to open it up and you hear from behind you, "Hey, hands off!
Oh, sure. I just thought this was one of the
Please
exhibits.
don't touch the exhibits."
You got it.
Thank you.
Is this crate an exhibit?
Everything's an exhibit.
What is this crate?
It's a crate.
It's just a crate.
Is there a plaque by the crate?
No, there's no plaque by
Oh,
the
okay.
crate.
I was just curious.
This crate was recovered.
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
From the shipping deck of the Titanic.
This magical crate.
Of hope and
May
wonder.
look like an ordinary, everyday wooden crate.
This just keeps produce fresh on long journeys.
That would be useful.
That would actually be pretty handy.
So you can move on to the next thing, or you can keep trying to continue with
Probe
the
the
crate if you would like.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
Somebody else should check out the crate maybe when we've moved on.
The next thing you notice is a bookshelf. The shelves themselves all have glass in front of them. It's kind of hard to tell how the books are even put in there in the first place, but you can, all of the spines are legible.
Nice. I don't really care about books.
That's fair.
Readings for nerds.
Musty.
I mean, it's a valuable skill that I can do, but there's more time in life for other things.
So you move on then to the next item, and it is exactly what it looks like. It's a very large astrolabe, and it says "Our Known Galaxy."
Ooh.
And
Shiny. Spinny?
It looks like it may.
But I'd have to touch it to make it spin.
Seems so.
I'm
What
not
if you
gonna
blow
touch it.
really hard on
I want to be like, should I touch it?
I'm gonna blow really hard on it.
It doesn't move.
Oh.
It seems like it might be a little heavier than that. Especially if you,
There are little flecks of my spittle on it.
if you put Gorna up next to it.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty big.
That's
I
a
guess.
rather large planet. So
You're just standing
you,
over
you
there.
just kind of lean out and you go. One of the guards just goes.
I hope you guys are doing some real checking shit out
You're
while
being-
I'm
No one's doing
obviously-
anything.
You're
I
being very
Would any of
inconspicuous.
you all
We're
like
all
to do
watching
it?
Gorna.
You're right. So all eyes are on you.
Watching you
Yeah, all
go.
eyes are on
Trying
me.
to make this thing
are
spin,
the,
apparently.
Alright,
Look at her learning.
so if everybody's paying attention to Gorna, I'm going to reach into my spell component pouch and Which ones am I gonna pull out? I gotta remember this. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of wood with some string wrapped around it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast my Unseen Servant.
Cast your Unseen Servant?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you when you do this?
Well, Gorn is at the Orrery, right?
Yeah.
I
I'm
was following.
I'm at the books. I'm steady one step behind. Somebody's very
So
clearly
you're
acting
here?
an ass, so I'm gonna try to
Looking at the books?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to chill out and be real nonchalant about everything that happens here.
Okay.
Oh no, this is the Scene Servant.
Official.
That is the
cat.
Scene Servant. What are the components
Servant.
of that spell?
Wood and string. It's a verbal semantic material.
Verbal, so it's all three? Okay, so you are going to have to speak some
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
words out loud to
Yeah.
cast the spell.
I figure if somebody's over here slapping exhibits, maybe.
I am not slapping exhibits. I blew,
As far as they're concerned, you're fucking.
I made a.
Are you muttering this under your breath? Are you trying to keep what you
Yeah.
are doing?
I'm being as nonchalant as possible.
Make
about it.
either a stealth or a sleight of hand check, which either of those is higher for you is fine to do, because you are having to reach into a pouch and mutter some words. I'll say make one or the other. And let me know which one you're doing.
They're the same
Okay.
for me either way.
So which one are you
So I guess we'll call it sleight of hand
Sleight of hand? All
and
right.
a 12.
12. So yeah, you lean up to the books and you sort of reach back a little bit and manage to slip some components out of your pocket and mutter some words under your breath, and suddenly you know that now your Unseen Servant is next to you.
Perfect.
Unless you'd like to cast him somewhere else.
No,
Does he have
near
a
me is
range?
fine.
Okay.
Near me is fine. The coolest part about Unseen Servant is it's unseen,
Sure.
so he can be wherever he needs to be.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Was there anybody else doing anything? Anybody else checking anything out while Gorn is spittling upon a museum object?
I'm walking
gonna-
around.
I am going to investigate the astrolabe closer.
yeah, I'm gonna-
It's fascinating.
Okay.
Walk around the opposite side.
Yeah, I was following Gorna around
And-
initially, but now I'm going to not.
I'm
After the spittle? Okay.
I'm still following Gorna because
It's
I feel
fine.
like if we all split immediately, it looks sus.
Where are you headed?
Heading around to the other exhibits on this side.
Exhibits
Instead
on
of-
this side? Which one? To which one? Where would you like? What would you
I'll
like to
start
check out?
here.
Oh, okay. The catapult. Yeah, it's some form of mechanical catapult. It looks fancy. It looks like it's not rusted or anything like that. It doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like it's staged exactly. It kind of just looks like it's been wheeled in here. If you'd like to know any more about it, you have to make an investigation check. But other than that,
Investigation is +2. So that's a dirty 20.
cool. What do you want to know about it?
See if it still works.
It does work. In fact, you've seen one of these before. You recognize this from one of your training grounds where you were, in fact, not on one of the teams, but near one of the teams that used one of these things. It works. In fact, for some reason, it's already loaded.
Just sitting there.
Just cocked and ready.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
That seems risky.
You know that it takes one action to arm it, one action to load it, one action to aim it, one action to fire it. I believe. Let me look real quick just to make
Yeah.
sure. But
So
yes, I believe
4
it's
rounds in total. to
3
use
or
it.
4. Let me make sure. With your 20, you would absolutely know this.
But they've already done most of the steps.
For this one.
They've done at least one of these steps, or 2.
What's it loaded with?
Probably nothing.
No, he said it was loaded.
Yeah, well, it's probably ready.
Well, not
to fire,
loaded.
but
It's
there's
it
nothing
doesn't have
cocked.
anything in it.
It's ready to fire.
Yeah. Let's see.
You could fling a small person directly against the opposite wall. That could be.
I'm gonna turn around and just.
One action to load it,
That could
one
be
action
not
to aim
me.
it, one action to fire it. Okay, so cocking it and putting something in it is one action. One action to aim it, and then
And
one
then-
action to fire it. Yeah. You don't really know how it works, but you do know that they can be set to throw things at different distances. But you know that... you know it always throws it at about the same height, which is around 60 feet.
And the ceilings
So-
here are...
Not quite that high. not quite that high.
No chance it's just open or windows up here, is it?
It isn't. No, it turns out it isn't. This building's about a story and a half tall to the roof.
Fire me, boy.
Yeah. You do know that it could be set to either 60 feet, 150 feet, or 300 feet. You don't know exactly how or how to tell, but you know it's got some settings, and you know that this thing, for whatever reason, is in here cocked and ready to be fired.
I'm gonna investigate the astrolabe.
The astrolabe, go for it. Make an investigation check and tell me what you'd
I
like
feel
to
like that's
to
why
figure out
nobody's sitting
about
at
it.
that desk. It's pointing right at it.
6. What are you trying to what are you trying to learn about it?
I'm just gonna walk around it.
Okay.
And since I don't think I know a whole lot about astronomy.
No, it's awful pretty though.
Does it have a description of what's on there? I know it says our universe, but like, does that explain to me that those are the planets we're on? And
well, that's about as much as you've gleaned so far. Is this is the known galaxy, so you know that it's the planets around us and us somewhere in there.
I suppose I probably know what a planet is.
Yeah, you know what a planet is.
Sure.
You know that's the galaxy, but you might not be able to readily identify the other planets. You might not even be able to readily identify which planet is ours. But hey, you got a decent idea because of all the weird colors.
Yeah, cool. Well, it sure is pretty. What's this thing?
Looks like a sarcophagus.
Sure does. Is it openable?
You can
Like, is it closed like completely, or is it like
Is
a
it
gap
yeah, it's
open?
shut.
Okay, so it seems like it's shut and sealed.
It's a shut. It's a shut
I would like to
sarcophagus.
take
That's
a
hard to
look
say.
at the
It's a shut sarcophagus.
Ah.
There we go.
What
What
if
was
there are
that?
many of those?
And what?
If there were many of those.
Shut sarcophagi.
Yeah.
Shut sarcophaguses.
Keep saying this. It's good.
Yes,
Sarcophaguses.
Sarcophagus.
Closed crypts.
No.
Fuck. I feel like I asked for that. All right.
What were you saying, Colton?
I would like to take a look at the guards that are hanging
I was about to
around.
say...
The guards? Okay.
And also, just for reference, I moved away from Gorna because she was being weird.
That was the point.
And I'm like somewhere in here now. Like,
Okay.
around the pillars and the desk.
They're hanging out somewhere around in here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. And
Yeah.
just kind of being not as weird as normal.
All right. So
Learned how
I'm
society
trying really
people
hard.
Bringing the weird down a solid notch.
eyeballing the guards a little bit, you realize that they in turn have been eyeballing you guys a little bit the whole time you've been in here. You get the idea that these aren't just schmoes
Right.
in here. They seem to be a little heavier clad than some of the other guards that you've run into before. A little more like maybe the tougher two guys you had run into in the alley before.
Are they paladins? They're all paladins, right?
They all are all paladins. You remember that from last time.
Do they all look like they are like attentive, like actively like
Make an
guarding?
investigation check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
You notice that one of the guards, the one that happens to be over by the throne there, seems to be doing a lot of leaning on it. He might not be as
Might just be an off day.
He might not be as into his job as the rest of them seem. But the other three in here seem like they're relatively vigilant. They don't seem like they're expecting trouble,
Right.
but they don't seem like
Because
they're...
it's a museum.
yeah, but they don't seem like they've let their guard down.
Is there anybody else in here besides us?
No, you all are the only patrons at the
That's what I
moment.
said.
Do they
Okay.
appear to be walking any sort of like a patrol route, or are they just mostly hanging out in the spots where they are on the map?
There's one in the middle. You notice that the one in the middle there is the one who initially told you to keep your hands off of the things. Has been pacing.
It's been pacing.
Mm-hmm. That one right there. He has been pacing back and forth across the middle.
Okay. So he's been going from left to right across the middle, and that he's the only one who's really doing any moving.
Yep, the other two there seem to be standing post, and the guy over there by the throne seems to be doing quite a bit of leaning.
A little bit less.
Must be the manager.
By this time, I probably would have moved over to here.
I'd say, in fact, you notice he's doing a lot of looking at like his things, looking at his fingernails, kicking the ground a little bit.
Looking at his phone.
He's looking at his phone.
Does he appear to be holding a key ring?
A key ring. Make an investigation check.
I mean, look, if he's going to have something we can use to make this easier. Investigation. Oh, that's intelligence-based and I'm proficient. That's good. So there's a 6 plus 12 is 18.
He does have a key ring.
He does have a key ring.
He sure does.
I'm going to, use the cantrip message,
Okay.
and I'm going to message Finn.
Okay.
Okay. And in a very, very dull whisper, because you barely have to make a noise to do this.
Right. Then you hear in your head.
I'm going to say, Finn, think maybe you could take those keys off that guy? Would it be worth doing?
I just like turn around and look back at Quinlan and go,
Okay.
He seems to be distracted.
Alright, I'm gonna go check out this fountain.
Okay.
Is there anything written on the sarcophagus?
Nothing on the sarcophagus. There's a plaque.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Somebody
Says
says somebody's
So
in there.
It does. Yeah, it's the name and
Somebody
everything.
super important, I bet.
Oh,
Bet
sure.
they're super duper.
Archbishop,
Most
super
important.
mega mage, first pope.
I'm going to move over to this one.
Okay.
Space pope. Oh, we could play Spelljammer. There is a space pope.
There is a space pope. So looking over this fountain, you immediately notice that the water seems to be rippling in it constantly.
Constantly.
Constantly rippling. Almost like it might be flowing.
Or you're just breathing too hard.
Or you were just breathing too hard. It is quite pretty. It's gold, gold rimmed around the edge. The plaque says ever-flowing fountain.
Ooh, so if we knocked it over, we could flood the building.
I have to check something.
That's a thought. I like it. Huh. Can I see myself in it?
You can actually, yeah. It is water as far as you can tell. It kind of smells like water as you lean over it. You know, you get the aromatic wafting of water as it sort of ripples there gently.
Nice. I'm gonna just kind of take a moment and what's everybody else doing?
No, it's a water fountain. Just take a drink.
What you got going on?
I might be considering it.
What temperature is the water?
You'd have to stick your hand in to find out.
Might be hot.
I'm going to investigate this to see if I can find out anything, because this one looks really ornate,
It does.
about who could possibly be in it. With a 14.
14. You definitely understand enough that This is a sarcophagus that holds someone of great import. Some of the markings on it, you recognize. This is a warrior's burial, clearly. Possibly a knight or some sort of warrior king of old. Other than that, there's a plaque.
Yeah, I'll read the plaque.
Yeah, it's shit. It goes on and on and on and on about being a warrior member of the Draylen family of old, and about how he.
I've already lost interest.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna move over towards the arm.
Oh, towards the arm. All
Yeah, I'm
right.
just gonna go to the arm.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
also.
Walk your way. You're just gonna walk. Are you gonna walk right up to it?
Get up to like the exhibity part. You know, I don't want to act like I'm trying to jump over the velvet rope or anything.
There doesn't seem to be anything stopping you from approaching the arm itself.
That's what I was also. Does there seem to be anything that's any sort of like a security device or?
Make an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I'm going to move over here by Garuk.
It's 15.
15. Not really.
Not really.
No. No. Just seems to be guards that are watching you now pretty heavily as you step closer to it.
So they definitely want to pay attention to me as I get closer to the arm.
Yeah, they're definitely
So that's
looking.
like the prized possession in this whole collection.
Seems to be.
Probably still the newest item too.
Sure, but
Yeah, you don't recognize anything new from the last time you walked through. Nothing else at least really strikes your eye as being put in here since the ivory arm was brought in.
I want to walk over to that big crystal thing.
Okay.
Take a gander.
is that Billy Crystal?
Yeah, I'll be moving.
Billy.
The plaque
Over
just
to
says Billy,
here.
but nothing else.
When I notice the weapons.
So, let's see. Zilgrim. Anything that you want to look at in particular about the crystal? Anything you want to know other than just what the plaque says?
Does the plaque say what kind of crystal it is? Or maybe I would know what it is? Maybe not.
Let's see. Roll a nature check to see if you know what it is.
Which one do I roll? The D20?
Yeah, D20 plus your nature modifier.
12.
12. Yeah, I would say, you recognize this as just quartz. It's just big
No,
quartz.
just really big, nice rock.
Yeah, that's not what the plaque says it is.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
What is
The plaque claims it to be a magical gemstone pulled from the tower of a wizard.
Oh, yes.
Ah. Okay.
Indeed, yes. Overflowing with
Energy.
magical energy.
Yeah.
Manergy.
You're not real sure about the magic,
I was gonna say,
But you
like,
definitely-
do I feel the radiating
but you
magic?
definitely know it's quartz,
Okay.
which is not inherently valuable.
No, I do appreciate a good hunk of quartz, though.
Right.
It's nice.
It is big.
Nice and shiny.
It's a big chunk of quartz. Hey, so, anyone else?
Does that door look like it's locked? Is that just like an emergency exit, or is that another like public exit?
It is shut, unlike the door in the back that is, or the door in the front that's open. That door is shut.
Okay.
It doesn't seem, there's no sign over it or anything like that, but it is shut.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and approach these
Sure.
and take a look.
Yeah, the plaque says, weapons from heroes of old.
They're from wish.com.
Probably. I'm going to take a look and see if I can ever, or if I can identify any of them.
Make a history check.
History. Skills.
History.
Ooh, I have a +2 in that. Which is probably not going to help. 13.
13. You recognize you recognize one or two as items from storybooks that you have heard before, but you're pretty sure that it can't be real. It literally can't be because
The storybooks were fairy
because
tales.
they were fairy tales. Yeah, it's like finding we found Excalibur. Like
This belonged to Rumpelstiltskin.
no, yeah, right. Did it though?
Paul Bunyan's axe.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But the weapons themselves, I'll say the weapons themselves look real enough.
I'm gonna move to my
Interesting.
left to this giant stone of a thing here, but I'm gonna leave my unseen servant standing where I was.
Okay. You've moved to here.
And I'm gonna do my best to pretend to be paying attention to this while having my servant walk all the way around the arm
Okay.
with a hand on the side of the pedestal.
Hand on the pedestal.
Just lightly grazing it.
Okay. Yeah, he walks all the way around it.
Okay.
He touches it.
Maybe there was a tripwire. Who knows? I just didn't want to be standing next to it when that happened.
Sure,
because
yeah.
That's super fucking suspicious. Yeah.
Why are you touching that? It wasn't me. It's this invisible guy.
See, the problem with it is I don't want him to know about the
I
invisible
know.
guy. That's why he's invisible. Hello, big boy. How, Yeah, I already know. Never mind.
Whoa, what's up?
I was gonna ask how large and heavy the arm seemed, but we've been over this previously.
Oh yeah, Gru could tell you that.
Yeah. So how much did that thing weigh, big guy?
It was hefty.
It was hefty. See, it was hefty is not a thing I like to hear because it was hefty can't be picked up with magic.
Oh yeah, it was. It was quite heavy.
Well,
That's all right.
I guess I'm gonna make my way.
Downtown, moving fast.
Yeah, make my way.
All right. So
Over here.
Cyclops Gaming is looking for an editor, and we've got a room for rent.
I'm gonna ask this guard
Okay.
if he knows anything about any of the exhibits here.
Just what it says on the plex.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew exactly like where some of this stuff came from or.
I'm not much of a history buff.
Cool. Thanks for your help.
While she's talking to him,
Mhm.
since he's like now, I guess kind of perverted.
Yeah, he
we're-
would. Yeah, he'd
we're
be
chatting.
distracted. Turn around. Yeah.
Can I like check and see if I feel like the coast is clear to do anything?
That's real vague. What do you?
Mainly this guy,
Clear
I feel like is the
statement,
only
sir.
person that would be, maybe looking in my direction at the moment.
Oh, I got hit with that.
That's what you get.
It's like a snout ballista.
No one is. I'd say go ahead and make a perception check, or a perception check.
3.
3.
Coast is clear.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Could be
you
a
feel
better
pretty
day.
good, dude. You feeling all right? It's nobody's looking at you. You're pretty confident.
You're the world's greatest.
I don't
thief.
like that. Do I do it?
Depends on what it is.
I know.
would Finnegan do it?
Would Finnegan do it, or would he just bribe the guy? He seems like he might be bribable. He doesn't like his job much. But then he'd know it was us, so maybe you should just steal.
We are still just casing the joint. Too.
It's
we
true.
Don't have to enact
You don't
anything.
have to. You don't have to
Nothing
steal.
drastic has to happen.
We just know marks for tomorrow.
I
worst
know
case
that
scenario.
that's not
What
our
would you like to
usual
do, Finnegan?
go-to.
I'm
but-
not gonna do anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over here and look at this throne. And like be like, excuse me.
He sort of looks at you a little bit and he goes, oh. He sort of moves over to the wall here and he leans back up against it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a really nice chair. I can see why you like to sit here.
I wasn't sitting
I wasn't sitting there. You can't prove I was.
Just leaning on it. It's not the same.
No, it's cool, man. You guys work hard around here. I think you deserve to rest.
in it. Yeah. Sort of. Against the wall a little bit. Crosses his arms.
He's so sleepy. Did he have a big lunch?
We went to the Ivory Cove.
Oh, wow.
That's a trip.
That's
That's
far.
a trip. Yeah, he took a several-day trip for
Yeah,
lunch.
we got the steel magnolias
No, he
here.
fell through a portal. It was a bad day.
It was a bad day.
At least the food was good.
I'm gonna move to the suit of armor.
Okay.
And give it a little once over.
I'm also gonna investigate the suit of armor.
It's a really well-kept suit of armor.
Hell yeah, good deal.
This thing looks pretty sturdy.
It does.
Hmm.
We should take it too.
It's not my style, that's for sure.
We should take it.
There's a guard right there.
I've learned that you can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you don't cause a spectacle. And you can have pretty much any conversation you want anywhere.
Huh.
That's probably a terrible attitude to take towards
Patrick,
life.
you literally are always making a spectacle of yourself.
Hey, Quinrin,
Yeah.
can you tell me about this weird magical thing that I think it's magic over here?
Yeah, I'll take a look at a magic thing.
This thing, this spinny universe thing looks totally magical to me. What is it?
Well, the plaque says it's our known universe.
I mean, I get that.
Galaxy.
The galaxy. So this would be our planet and the planet's nearest.
Yeah, but what's this thing do?
Can I have...
The blow on it.
Nah, fuck blow on it.
No, I already tried. I tried. Don't even waste your time.
Doesn't even work.
It
Stupid
doesn't
thing.
even. It's stupid. It doesn't even do anything.
It should, I believe, spin to show rotation of the planets relative to each other and around each other.
Huh.
I'm gonna see if I can get the unseen servant to kind of like push the outermost bar just a little bit and see if any.
Sure, yeah. You push it
Whoa.
and you hear, hey, I told you not to touch anything.
I didn't touch anything.
He didn't-
Yeah,
touch
it
any-
moved.
It was a stiff breeze.
Take a step back.
And take a step back. Absolutely.
Yes, sir, God cop.
Don't make me tell you again.
Old God's gunslinger over here is getting upset with us.
Okay.
Planetary protector.
Remind me to ask Quinter how he did that later.
I'm a magic man.
I know so very little about magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have any real patrol patterns.
And this thing over here looks to be just like water from nowhere. Or maybe it's just a fake fountain. Maybe it's a drinking fountain.
You hear from behind you, it's not a drinking fountain.
If it's a fountain that you can drink out of, it's a drinking fountain.
You cannot drink out of that
That
fountain.
guy is just heavy monitoring you two now.
He is sort of hovering now.
Good.
That sounds important.
That's
He
all
is
right.
keeping a close eye on you while you are watching.
Oh.
You even sparked the interest a little bit of
Oh,
these two.
you do know stuff about the exhibits.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to touch them.
I wasn't gonna touch it.
Uh-huh.
I was just wondering if
Just
it was
like you
okay to
didn't
drink
touch
out
the
of
last
it.
two things. You got to touch it to drink out of it, don't you?
Not if you go real hard.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're technically right.
Don't drink out of it.
What if we get a straw?
That's you touching it with the straw. Don't touch it.
Okay. So it's not a drinking fountain. You know, these are questions I have about this stuff.
Can the rest of us hear this conversation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an empty
Not that
museum.
big.
Yeah,
It's like church
it's not
music.
hard to hear.
It's echoing off the walls.
There's not like there's ambient music playing or there's like voices of like no, this is a pretty empty
There's
fucking
no
place.
lutists.
Anybody
It's
want to
like,
investigate
in the
anything
qui-
while
yeah.
I'm making a scene?
In the quiet moments, you can even hear kind of echo through the, you know, like it's pretty doldrum. Yeah, are any of you, the rest of you, doing anything while this nonsense is happening?
Oh, I've got
I only got so much nonsense.
Uh,
Eventually they're gonna kick
they're-
me out.
While they're causing this scene,
It's
and
such a
has the
small
attention of this guy, I'm gonna glance over and see how well equipped he is.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
Nice, 17.
Nice.
Well, it's better than like my last 3 rolls.
You clock his long sword and you clock his long bow both that he has on him.
Fancy lad.
He is the most comfortable boy right now.
You get a good look at it. I'd say you get a good look at his armor too. He seems to be wearing chain armor.
Fireballs go right through that.
So he would basically be roughly the same rank area as I am.
What did you roll again?
17.
17. He outranks you.
He outright. Okay.
Yeah, you would know that by the symbol.
High
he,
rankers
he
get
wears.
the easy museum gigs. I get it. I see how it is.
Well, yeah, it's better than heading out to the front lines to take runs.
To hunt for yourself.
All right. Thank you for your help, sir. I'm just going to go.
Just gonna scooch right past and grab the ranch.
Oop, let me sneak right past you there.
He's going to follow you specifically up to this one. He's, actually, he's gonna keep a little bit back, but he is gonna keep an eye on you.
What's this thing that I'm standing next to? I mean, it looks like a big box, but like...
You'd recognize it as yet another sarcophagus.
Not another sarcophagus.
However, this one looks different from the last one that you saw, possibly of a different culture, from a different area.
Doesn't appear to have any writing on it.
No.
Just a plaque nearby.
Yeah, oh yeah, just a plaque. Yeah, those handy little plaques, but no writing, no words on it.
I'm gonna closely inspect it for a little while.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Sure. 14.
14. You give it a look over and you realize that this is probably pretty old. You can tell at one point it was relatively ornate, but over the years of being probably underground somewhere, it didn't exactly do it a lot of good. You notice there's a spot that has where you can tell that there's been water dripping on it for a long time because it's pitted pretty heavily in one spot. And after taking a look for a little bit, you also notice that there is a crease all the way around the edge of the sarcophagus. It looks like something could be stuck in it and it could be pried open if you if so chose. It doesn't seem to be exactly sealed in any way.
I
think I've learned my lesson about touching exhibits, so...
What's up, Quinrin?
I want to send my unseen servant over near that back door.
Which one? Which back door? There's
The
a door
one
here
next to
and
the
a door
crystal.
here.
The one closest to the crystal. Furthest away from Gorna, as Gorna seems to be
Okay.
a very large subject of interest.
Sure. Yeah. It's
Large woman.
you can go ahead and you can head right over there.
Yeah, cool. All right, he's just going to camp out right by the door there for a couple seconds.
Okay.
Think about some stuff.
Anyone else want to do anything? Anyone else want to look at anything in particular, or take a gander at anything?
I want to turn around and kind of look at the door across the way.
Okay.
Do I see any noticeable exit sign or indication that it's a thing or not a thing?
No. There's no signs by the doors or anything. It's
Okay.
just
Also
they're
a
just
blank
closed.
door.
Yep.
Okay.
Just a blank closed door.
Cool.
gonna have my unseen servant try the door.
Okay. It goes ahead and it grabs the handle and it opens up, and immediately this guard turns around and goes to the door. Since it's open now, he goes ahead and he steps out into the alleyway to see what that might have been.
Cool.
So we know it's the alley.
Alright, so I am... Because I feel like currently I am flying very under the radar at the moment.
I think you're the only one in the group that hasn't been scolded yet, so... And you've got the confidence of fucking Captain Lazy Pants over here.
Well, yeah.
I've yet to get in trouble.
So I'm going to, as quietly and inconspicuously as possible,
Okay.
I'm going to cast my Mage Hand cantrip. And I'm going to snake it along the wall.
Okay.
And I'm going to go at the key ring.
All right. Go make a.
Are you going to do it from
First, I need you to make a stealth
Stealth.
check. Yet for the cast to try and cast it quietly.
Does it have a verbal component?
That's.
I guarantee it.
It does. It does. 18.
18. Silent as the grave. You whisper under your breath into your cloak, and the little hand that only you can see floats out from just in front of you, and there it is. So now it floats to the wall, and it's sort of like, you know, Addams Family style.
Yeah.
Crawls along the wall to the other side, down the wall, and then hovers up underneath of his cape, and it goes to grab his key ring. I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I'm going to reroll that because it's on a corner.
That's fine.
Oh, thank God. 23.
All right. 23. Yeah. The key ring lifts off, and you see the hand kind of sink to the ground for just a second, but it manages to stop just shy of the ground. And the hand floats back up and floats over back to you.
Yeah, and I'm going to have it float over, and I'm just going to lift up the bag of holding and have it just disappear and drop the key right
And it
into
does.
the bag.
As it passes through the top of the bag of holding, it disappears into the bag silently. About that time, this guard comes back in, shuts this door, and goes back to his post. And you see this one now turn and say, "What was that?" You now hear this guard say, "I don't know, nothing was out there."
Must have been the wind.
Must have been.
Well, you're pelting him in the back of the head
I
with
was
an
going to
arrow.
say, with an arrow through his head. He
This
says
guard
that.
says, "All right, I don't like it. All of you out. Museum's closed. Get out. Everyone out."
Yes, sir.
That's
Out.
alright, we close. Toodaloo.
Alright, well,
I'm making my
Damn
way
scary.
out.
thank you for all your help.
Yep, ham scrag.
I'm going to take
It's a
one
really
last
nice
look at
museum.
those weapons and that armor and then head out.
All right.
Here you go. Wow, I can't believe that worked.
So,
I can't believe it worked either, but well done.
I can. You rolled so good.
I know.
You rolled so good.
And also, like, I was so sleepy.
He was so
Well,
nice. I felt bad
shoulda
stealing
had-
from him.
well done.
He's gonna get. Well, he's probably not gonna get.
Well,
He's probably
I
high
was
ranking,
gonna say
dude.
he would have to admit that he lost his keys in order to get fired. And he's just
Right.
not gonna
He's
tell
just
anybody.
gonna not say anything.
oh,
I
Either
feel
that,
like
either that, or they're just gonna
the
be like,
Diet
"Oh, you
Keepus."
idiot."
It's all that was down there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
giant
I've got a whole bunch of cokes upstairs.
those
So I
about to
forgot
say,
to bring
yeah,
any
there's
down.
Coca-Cola upstairs.
Yeah, we can't really stop and go get those.
Sure you can.
You can go get a coke.
You just
It'll take
edit
you
it
a
out.
minute.
Did you
No,
like
it'll
it?
be fine. Just go grab a drink. We can keep this going. So you all do manage to make it out of the museum just fine. In fact, would you grab me one while you're up there?
Yeah. Anybody else?
I'll take one.
1, 2.
I'm fine for now. I'm
Okay.
sure I can make
Because I
it
know
to
that I'll
break.
need it.
So you all do manage now. You get out of the museum. You are maybe a little suspicious to these guys, considering your antics inside of the museum today. But you did manage to get out with a set of keys. Whether they're keys to the museum or not, you're not sure, but
Look.
you did get a set of keys. You
Either we're stealing this
Does
fucking
it not
armor,
have a
we're going to
comically
this...
large tag on it that says museum?
big wooden tag is hanging from it. It's actually a
Did they
neon
not
sign
label-
that says "Eat at Joe's."
Yeah, they not label their keys exquisitely
That
here.
guy's lost
right?
his keys before if they're putting that kind of thing on it.
Just on the end of an oar.
you're all. It's attached to a shield, just a big wooden shield. So you're all feeling pretty good about it. As you exit,
Thanks.
you were only in the museum for, I'd say, maybe an hour. Hour and a half tops.
Well, you guys got us kicked out pretty quick.
So yeah. It wasn't long.
Technically, we didn't get kicked out because of what we did. We got kicked out because the museum's weird. It's
Yeah.
ghosts.
Is your
One
unseen
door
servant
open.
with you, or was he left in the museum?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I've got yeah, he's
Once you get so far away, it
He
dispels.
disappears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know how that spell worked.
yeah that's
and
how
he
anything.
it only lasts about an hour anyway.
That's how anything about anything stationary works.
That's fair.
If
Makes
you have a
sense.
spell, if you have a spell that like stays in place or becomes a thing, usually if you get so far from it, it'll,
yeah,
it'll
60 feet, I think
it'll
it is.
dispel. For you, for the unseen servant, 60
Yeah.
feet. So, what would you all like to? Where would you like to head now? What would you like to do now that you have successfully pickpocketed the keys from a paladin at the museum that you are going to be
We should,
attempting a heist on tonight?
we should probably head back to base at the Olive Pit.
and discuss what's going down.
Yeah, discuss the plan since we have.
We think we have keys. Or at least, I don't know actually what happened.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
actually,
say I wasn't paying attention.
Finnegan's the
to that.
only one who knows what happened.
Yep. I just
Yeah.
know I
You
opened
know-
the door for a
yeah.
distraction.
You know, you opened the door. In fact, none of you all know how.
Any of the things that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so no-
Weird
none of
ass
you all
museum.
communicated with each other while most of these things were happening.
I have no idea why we got kicked out because I was just looking.
But
Well, it's good
Yeah,
because the more
same.
confused you guys look about that shit, the more innocent we are because you have no idea what was
So-
going on.
as far as you know right now, all 5 of you just got kicked out of the museum, and you got to look around. What would you like to do now?
Oh man, I didn't even see the whole museum. What happened? The guy that was mad at me wasn't even mad at me anymore. I was just looking at an old box that might have had a dead guy in it.
I've just heard people shouting and then get out.
What happened?
Nobody even was mad at me, so I just followed you all out
Did
because
you see
it's
anything
closed.
cool that I didn't see?
Are we like?
Yeah, the big rock was
Are
cool,
we
but
just
it's just a big
strolling?
rock.
I almost made it to the big rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're headed to the Olive Pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, some things happened, but we probably shouldn't talk about it right now.
It's a good time to not talk about things as right
Are
now.
you the reason we got kicked out?
No, I mean I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything
I
either.
didn't do
I mean,
anything. No, certainly it
I
wasn't.
was just
really do
looking.
anything.
Yeah.
I was making friends with one of the guards.
I was just.
Me
looking at-
too.
Both of you make deception checks.
Absolutely.
16.
11.
Should the rest of us make insight checks?
Absolutely. If you don't inherently believe them.
Oh boy.
I got a
That's a
20.
That's a 4.
I got an 18.
I do believe them.
You believe them wholeheartedly. What?
Wholeheartedly.
18.
18?
So I got a 22.
You two know that something was up in there with these guys.
I believe them, but I'm not gonna say
You
anything
know that they're
right
not
now,
being exactly
because we're walking down
forthcoming.
the street.
Because you're not a snitch.
Yeah. I wouldn't
So,
be. Never.
No,
You
Finnegan's
continue
a
to-
good citizen.
you continue to make your way through to back to the Olive Pit.
Next time we go to the museum, I'm definitely checking out that catapult.
Yeah.
Was it cool?
Oh, it was awesome. You could fling things so far. I'm gonna look at Zilgrim.
I didn't.
The
see
smaller the
that.
ammo, the farther it goes, right?
Not necessarily.
I'm proficient in acrobatics.
Just
Yeah.
launch you over a wall like.
But you're not wearing heavy armor.
Flying.
I was gonna say I am
Yeah.
wearing heavy armor.
Some anime nonsense.
Fling him with a gnome flinger, have him shoot somebody from 60 feet in the air.
Oh,
Is
that'd
this
be
the
cool.
actual gnome
That's
flinger?
the actual gnome flinger. Yeah, it sure
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's purpose built.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. It's from the Dragonlance expansion.
I do be having some weird minis, like a ballista and a gnome flinger.
Yeah.
Some purple
For
worm eggs.
flinging gnomes.
Heavy armored gnomes over the walls of castles, or what? Or just like at the county fair? Or
Where, technically,
Wherever you got three
fucking-
gold.
Yeah,
wherever you got a gnome on the ground that needs to be somewhere else.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
There's
then.
often corn dogs involved.
Lemonade shaker.
So, oh god, I'm almost so bad right now. That'd be so good. So y'all make it back to the olive pit.
Oh my god, I just looked at my sheet and it says one fancy down pillow. I forgot I stole a pillow from the fucking bag of
You
holding.
did steal a pillow. There is a pillow in the bag of holding. And you make it back to the olive pit. As you descend back down into the hideout underneath, you notice Dalaran is standing there, and he just kind of looks at you all, and he's like, "Back so soon?"
Oh, you had to case the joint first.
And
Get
you
an
know,
idea about
They
how to
closed
handle
it
it.
was
early.
gone for an hour and a half.
Hey.
Closed it early. Why?
They-
there's
I don't
a
know.
bunch
We
of
got
us.
kicked out.
What?
Why?
One of the back
Ghosts.
doors opened suddenly.
Ghosts.
We actually have no idea what happened.
I was standing by a big rock.
Wait, are we in the office?
No.
No,
Just
we're
out in
we're
the
just
commons.
underground, like where
Yeah,
the
y'all are just
monitor
out in
is.
the open.
I was standing by a big rock of quartz that they said was magical. It's not.
Yeah.
And the door to the alley opened. Guard went out, came back in. Another guard said, "It's closed." We all got hustled out.
Seems that they're on high alert still ever since they lost a couple of their own.
It's an unfortunate
Shame.
circumstance, and I understand their caution.
My condolences.
Poor shame.
Don't.
Indeed. So, how did you fare?
Well, I saw
Did you
a few
learn
of the
anything?
exhibits. A guard.
Yeah, we learned the
Didn't like
entire
me.
museum is fucking bullshit.
I could have told you that.
The,
Well, we kind of already knew.
ARM doesn't seem to have any sort of a security system or anything.
It does.
Good.
They all do.
They
You'd
didn't,
be a fool to think otherwise.
didn't do too much touching. Not too much.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't know. I've never been in, but I know Draylon. And I can tell you. There's a security system. His stooges aren't the only thing you'll have to deal with in there. I guarantee it.
Stooges.
So just be on the lookout.
Well, I found something.
You found something?
Maybe we should go somewhere private.
Oh, sure.
Fair enough. Follow me. He leads you up to his office.
And as we're walking, I'm like, do you think we could get more of that golden forge wine?
Of course.
Oh, perfect.
You do know there's a bar right there.
But I wanted it to be like fancy.
Oh. I understand. Would you care to snap?
What?
Snap.
Would you like to do this?
Oh!
You know how to snap, don't you, Finn?
Yeah, put your fingers together.
And then at that time, you see the same servant as before come in with glasses of wine.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
And then they bow and exit the room.
That was cool.
That's
That was
neat.
awesome.
That's just
Thank you.
That's just ready all the time, huh?
Yes.
You got it good.
Yes.
I mean, you
I
know
used to
that.
have it better.
Wow.
I didn't have to live underground.
Oh, I mean, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, this is a pretty neat place.
You have nice climate control, though.
Yeah, it's always nice and cool down here.
I'm fortunate for that. So what did you find?
So, anyways, yeah.
So anyway, back to the story at
There's the
hand.
door behind you all.
So since the door is closed and we're alone, I'll open the bag and I'll just pull out the keyring and sit it on the table. And I'll just be like, yeah, there was a guard that was
He seemed like he
checked
didn't.
out, I guess you could say. And
Well, that's
But you-
outstanding.
You were checking out a guard.
Good enough.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
I don't-
And
I
then
don't know what
I
the
may have
door-
made a mention of it to
I
a
don't know what
friend.
the door was all about. I didn't even see a door open. I just
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about a door.
There's 2 doors
Heard
in the back
commotion
and one at
and-
the front.
It's probably drafty.
So
Seems like a cheap building.
I didn't want to.
You've been chosen.
You're gonna get bit.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's quite the find. And if you make it out tonight and bring those back to me, I'll pay you for the keys as well. I could use those.
More than I could.
Fair enough.
More than you know.
Kind of the commodity I wouldn't like being found on me. You know, like many of the things that we're collecting in this group.
You
I
see
also
it.
have a very nice pillow if you're interested.
Did you steal a pillow from the manor?
Mind your
Oh.
business, Quinrin.
So, it'd
I'm
be
talking business.
Draylen's
How
pillow.
would you
Draylen's-
ever insinuate
Draylen's
that Finn
olive
would steal
orchard.
something?
We were invited to stay the night.
You have one of his pillows.
Yes.
I do. I do.
I'll give you gold for it.
I'm Finnegan's laughing. I could get more. Are they like that nice?
No.
Oh.
No.
Just out of spite.
Yes.
We could work something out.
Puts a gold on the table.
I'd give the man his pillow. It's a spite pillow. That's the
Yeah.
best kind of pillow. He's gonna
I'm
have
not
a
going to
great
get a better
sleep
offer
with
than that for a pillow.
He grabs it and he turns around and he flings it into the fireplace behind him. And he just sits there and watches it for a second.
He's getting in good with this one.
He sets another gold on the table. He said it was worth 2.
See, you knew you could get better. And then you did.
Making an honest living.
For once.
An honest living, stealing things and selling them.
Selling stolen pillows.
Yeah, you know, you can get lamps at hotels and you can just...
You can just hotels just have laundry there.
They
You
set
just
it. They
take
set them out with the soap. You can take it.
Crazy.
You just have that.
Along with that
Why would
coffee
they?
machine.
Yeah, why would they put that tiny little coffee maker
There's
in
a
there if it wasn't
TV
for
in
you
there.
to take?
There's...
Every duck at the city park is technically free.
Absolutely.
Just like the ducks.
You just have to take it home.
So, you all have a way in. You all have seem to have impressed Dalrin a little bit. You've got a little time before you actually have to do anything.
Cheers.
Any
to the
idea
bludgeoning.
how you're gonna do this?
Not yet. That's why we're here.
Yeah, we should probably
To figure that
discuss,
part out.
you know, a plan.
Are any of the
So-
keys labeled?
How many keys are there?
Yeah, how many keys are there and are they labeled?
There are 7 keys.
Fuck!
None of them are labeled.
Do they all look the same?
No.
Are they all different?
No.
Some of them are the same?
2 of them are the same. The other 5 are different.
Ooh, I bet the 2 back doors
So there's
match.
7 keys, 2 of them are the same, and the other 5 are different.
Yeah.
I'm relaying that to the party.
Okay.
If there were only 3 doors, do you think that other door went somewhere else where the other keys could be used?
Like where?
Like that door?
Yeah.
Like somewhere at the barracks, maybe?
If it's connected to anything, is the... I was gonna say, isn't the museum kind of a standalone
I was
building?
about to say, I thought the museum was its own building.
It is. It's a standalone building.
Okay.
Yeah. If this one leads to an alley, I was assuming maybe that one led to another part of the building.
Maybe.
Or does it lead to an alley?
Okay.
We don't know.
Yeah, we didn't check that part out.
I was gonna say, we didn't get to check that door.
I'd imagine
That's what I was saying,
it
like,
probably
maybe.
leads to an alley on the other side, but as the rest of the building is pretty symmetric.
I was gonna say, it seems like it would have been pretty obvious from the outside, but we did not
Yeah,
check.
if there was anything on the further to do.
The bathroom.
There's a couple of options. We
No, this museum
can
doesn't have a bathroom.
sneak in under the
Seems
cover
like a
of dark.
shitty museum.
It doesn't even have a water fountain. Well, I mean, it does, but you're not allowed to touch it.
It's ridiculous.
It's got a water fountain, but not a drinking fountain. They made it very clear that that is not a drinking fountain.
I think the museum would have more.
What are they gonna
visitors
do,
if they let
arrest
people
you?
drink.
Well,
Maybe.
I feel like
This
you'd
guy
be
got
the
really
expert on that.
serious. I was really thinking about drinking that water.
I mean, I don't know how much help it might be, but I can do this neat thing where I look like someone else.
What do you mean? Like magically?
No, I just like do this and then look like someone else. Yes, magically.
Yes, magically.
I thought you were really talented there for a second.
I'm actually a rhinoplasty surgeon.
Is there? Oh, there's no disguise skill anymore. Thank
It's
God they took that
it's a
out.
spell now.
There's a kid.
Oh yeah,
There's a disguise kit you can get.
It's like a Halloween makeup packet.
It's
got
a bruise wheel and some liquid latex.
Yeah.
that horrible sponge
A powdered-
applicator.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Powdered wig and lipstick.
Oh yeah. Like
Powdered wig.
looking like Mozart up in
Yeah.
here. Just fucking.
One
Fancy
pissed
yourself.
off Virginian.
And satisfaction.
How about thee?
Knave of dawn.
All right.
Does it make you the right height too?
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to explain. So anything that extends past myself isn't actually there.
Gotcha.
So if I were to make myself look like Garuk, the extra 3.5 feet above me would you could just.
It's illusory.
Swipe through it.
Okay.
But if you like bonked straight down, you would hit me in the top of the head.
Or maybe they would swing and miss.
Or maybe
Crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
not. Look at this.
Yeah.
Beans. Look at those beans.
He's in rare form.
Mm-hmm. Bean form.
Beans.
I can also like create.
Dalrin kind of looks at you all since you all haven't left the office, and he says, "Do you have a plan of attack?"
Well, let's say we're working on it. We got the keys, so should just be able to wait till nightfall, and maybe somebody can just go in, take the arm, and leave.
Well, you don't think the building's going to be empty, do you?
I mean, I wouldn't want to stay there overnight, but somebody has to, don't they?
Let's assume for a moment that you had indisposable income,
Oh yeah, you could pay a guy or two to kick it for the night.
and you cared very much about the things that you've acquired.
Even if you don't know what they are.
Even if you don't care what they are.
Indeed.
Well, I'm not exactly your girl for silent running. So, if somebody's going in and they want to be quiet, it's not going to be me. I'm better for a distraction than anything else. And even then,
You could make a distraction from outside the building.
if I get caught,
Draw them out.
I might eat another cop.
Oh yeah. That did happen.
It sure did.
If you don't get caught, it's less expensive to clean up.
Sure is. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Don't get caught. It's expensive.
It was hard enough
And we
last
shouldn't
time.
get caught because you don't care about us.
Not as much yet.
Yeah.
Him, maybe.
He's a sneaky little guy.
You're a good thief.
People think I'm dumb.
He wasn't nominated.
What do you mean?
Doors don't just open, sweetheart. Not in the history of doors. They were actually invented to not do that.
You summoned a ghost?
It was a ghost.
Is that the same way you made the little spinny thing spin?
There are ways to do things.
It
There's
was
the
a
right
ghost.
way and the wrong
It's
way.
always magic, every time.
Well, think on it. You've got some time. I'd go at night,
No, we're gonna go at night.
but instead I'm going for a drink. And he gets up and he exits his office and leaves you all there in his office with the smoldering pile of the pillows still burning in the
Probably
the
stink like
fireplace.
ass.
Oh, burning feathers.
Burning, burning feathers. Yeah, it's that
Delight.
pillow went up pretty good, and it's been burning in a smoldering heat pretty hard for a little bit now. You do notice though that there's a fire burning down here and a chimney.
That makes sense. You could route it
I'm
up
not
to
gonna
vent
question
out
it
with
too
the
much.
stoves.
It might vent out through like the olive pit.
Hey, I feel like if you could put an entire fighting arena underground, you could probably manage a whole.
It's pretty cool.
It is neat.
Is there?
It's very fancy. Do you think we could snap again?
I wouldn't push it.
You're right. You're right.
Should we take this to one of our rooms?
Also, is there a sewer system or anything underneath this city?
You gotta make
Considering
boom boom.
Gordon's got to drop a deuce.
because sometimes the best way into a building is from underground.
You do know that you all went through the sewers to leave to get to.
Yeah, I was about to say, we went through the
to get
sewers
to
just
the
on the
docks
other side
to
of
leave
the
the city.
complex
Yeah.
here.
Do you think it runs under the museum?
I have
Well,
no
probably. It's
idea.
one of the most.
Where would it come out in the museum though? We didn't see a...
Maybe in
Underneath
one
that fountain.
of- under the boxes. Maybe in that crate over there.
Nah,
Maybe
sewer
it's
crate.
the secret sewer crate
Septic
entrance.
crate.
Septic crate. That's actually the toilet. That is the bathroom. But
Pull the
You're still not
lever
allowed
on
to
the
use it.
ballista to flush. That's a very sophisticated design.
Medieval warfare themed bathroom.
Four gnomes worked on this. They were brothers.
that seems like something that Bordeaux could answer for us. He might.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Yeah, he's got.
He's sitting at the bar.
I didn't say we'd gone forever.
Because it, at the very least, might behoove us to have an underground escape route.
That would be a good idea.
Well, that catapult seems like it could be a really good distraction.
Sure, but what are we going to put in it?
You don't have to necessarily put anything in it.
Then
If a
how would
giant-
it be a distraction?
If a giant catapult fucking slings itself,
It's gonna be
it's
a
gonna
big
be
old
pretty
noise,
obvious.
Yeah, that would be really loud, even if nothing bad happened.
especially
because of
inside. It would be ungodly loud.
it. It might destroy the desk that no one sits at.
Might destroy the
I
catapult.
still think we should put something in it.
Not me.
Bonus points if we can go through the wall so we can escape through a giant gaping hole in the wall.
It would probably go through the ceiling before it went through a wall.
Listen to my words. I can't climb. Aim it at the wall.
You can't.
There's literally not a problem in this world that magic can't fix. And if magic can't fix it, then it's worse than a problem. So don't worry about it.
It's worse than a problem.
Garuk, you know that it definitely doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's why I'm
You
sorry.
know that it's got a distance, set distances that it can throw, but it always throws 60 feet in the air.
Yeah.
So go straight up 60 feet.
It
No,
always,
arc.
it always arcs at 60 feet. Always.
I'm going to attempt to convey this to Quinwrit in a not dickish tone.
What's that sound like?
I don't know. That's why I said it like that.
Yeah, that's. I want to know what that sounds like. Go ahead.
A paladin talking to a rich kid, trying to explain how things work.
So,
Uh-oh.
Like that. It
You
sounds like
crossed
that.
the line.
so the way these things work
He's too lazy.
is they toss things in an arc. Once it hits the peak of that arc, it starts to come back down. That's how it gets its distance. It always goes up really high. There's no changing that.
Pick the back wheels up, so instead of going up, it goes out.
Just pick up a catapult.
And
you
then something
crazy?
can get
Do you
splatted right
want
into
to hold the
ground.
catapult up?
No, that's see,
No.
you're missing the parts on where we have our strengths and our weaknesses. I'm the guy who makes doors open without opening them.
I'm not.
You're
Gonna,
You're the strong guy.
I'm also not going to
You're-
stand behind a catapult whenever it flings something forward,
You're
meaning
the
it's going to
wrestler,
fling the
so
rest
also
of it
strong.
back.
Yeah, we're real strong, but I'm not gonna have my hands on a firing catapult.
Yeah.
All right, you guys
You're
be scared
crazy.
all you want. I guess
Yeah.
we'll just think of a different.
Hey, I don't want to
idea.
get my arms ripped off.
Oh no, it's not going to rip your arms off. It's just going to kick the underside back and us through this wall.
And then we have a hole to escape through
I
the wall
could,
with.
And two dead friends.
I
At least
could do what I
horribly
did to get the
maimed.
keys.
Yeah, he's
I
got
have a little hand friend.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not going to be able to lift that.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to
Well,
lift the...
it could fire it.
Yeah.
So we have a heavy arm to steal. We need to get into the building.
We know that it is trapped. We just don't know how it is trapped.
I do want to.
Are we still in?
His
do
office,
wanna
yeah,
ask-
absolutely.
Yeah, you're still in his office with the smoldering
I
pillow
do
and the
wanna-
fireplace.
I do want to
private.
ask Dalrin about potentially any underground.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to leave the
passages.
office and head
Head
to
to the bar,
Bar,
apparently.
yes.
Yeah, he's still sitting there. He's having an ale of some sort of mug of something frothy. And he sees you all approach. He says, "You have a plan?"
Well, we are obviously working on it, and we wanted to know, since you seem to have some access to the underground of the city, is there any routes that run near the museum that you're familiar with? Entrances and exits, perhaps, nearby?
Actually, what was the name of the woman with all the tattoos? I can't remember.
Moray.
Moray.
I think.
Moray, will you bring the map, please? And she comes over and she lays down a scroll on the bar and unrolls it. And it's just line work with little circles drawn in different places. And he says, "This is the sewer system under Galen.
Ooh.
Now, if I were you, I'd come out here." And he points you to a large manhole cover that is immediately behind the museum in the alley
Behind the museum. Perfect.
that runs behind it.
Perfect.
Says, "Now, we haven't used this route in quite some time because we haven't had a need for it. But should be fine.
Should be.
I don't know."
I mean, there's any
He
number
just said he
of
hasn't used
things
it.
that might be in there, I guess. I don't know what lives in the sewers of...
Rats and spiders.
Huh.
Alligators.
What now?
This isn't New York. Don't just flush those down the toilet.
Possibly snakes.
Mutated goldfish.
Ugh.
Long thought dead.
Well, that's very useful. Thank you very much.
Of course.
How do we get into to use said exit? Where's our entrance?
He points to the same sewer grate that you all used to get to the boat last time.
Well, that makes sense now, doesn't it?
I find it convenient. If not a little undignified.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It's
At least the
almost like
roads are
VIP
never
access to the
crowded.
CD.
That's not entirely true. You don't want them to be crowded, though.
What? Is there stuff in there?
It's a sewer.
I mean, you know, rats, spiders, but like...
And poops.
Okay. So other than
Boom
a
booms.
large pile of...
Organic matter.
Grumpies, as you may call them.
That you don't want to run into that.
Fair enough. I definitely don't want to run into that.
You're tempting fate playing with those beans, my friend.
Playing with both sets of beans.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
He is the least beanie dude in the world.
He's the
The
most.
biggest bean
He's being
fiend
pretty
ever.
cool
Look
about
at him
it.
go.
Until he reaches out and just grabs you.
He loves
Oh,
it. Turns out he
he's got
loves
his
it.
claws hooked in my hand right now. It just doesn't hurt.
I will say be on your guard in the sewers. Parts we haven't traveled in a while may contain things we don't know about. May contain people we don't know about.
Absolutely.
I'm not the only organization like this.
Oh, you're not the only game in town, huh?
No. Well, I'm the best game in this town.
It's a big city. There's probably a lot of players.
Mostly small fries. Really, it's me and Draylon. But be careful.
Okie doke. Cool. So we will head into the sewers when we're ready to go tonight. How long's the trip look like it's gonna take?
Through the sewers? Well, it's only like an hour or so walk from the Olive Pit to the museum. So traveling through the sewers, it's probably going to double it.
Okay. So I'm not really that far away. We don't have to, like, camp out down there.
No. It's not going to be anything like that.
Cool.
No. The sewer system makes a good bit of sense down here, and you can tell that it was laid out pretty appropriately. This city seems to be like, as it was being built, it was built in mind that it was going to be a large city.
Right.
So it was built. It was built bigger than it needed to be in the beginning.
For expansion.
Yeah. You get the idea. This was put together by people who knew what they were doing.
Neat.
Nerds.
Planned for the future.
You can tell we're playing a fantasy game.
Yeah. The engineers and architects are all very competent here.
Yes.
Positively
Time to go.
fabricated.
So you all have some ideas about your next plans. And you have a clear goal in mind, which is at least to steal the ivory arm.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break so you guys can have some time to maybe actually go over what you're going to do, talk amongst yourselves for a little bit, and get a plan together. We'll be right
What
back.
is it? It's 5, 10, 15.
So,
They were terrible.
you all have had some time to discuss a plan.
And we didn't.
If you'd like to go over it
tried.
again one more time so that you all know, so that everyone watching can know.
We are not good at this.
I've just never robbed anywhere
Ocean's
before. How am I
11,
supposed to know
no.
how to do it?
Ocean's
Can't be an
3.
expert.
Alright, so are we going with the Finnegan disguise plan?
Dapplebrass.
Or
I thought it sounded like a good plan.
I
Maybe
think it's
play
the
it on-
recorder.
Yeah, it's like playing it on the recorder. Thank you.
should we also have a backup plan?
Probably.
And a backup plan for when the backup plan fails too?
Oh shit! I can only appear 1 foot taller.
Okay, well then,
That's not
how
gonna
tall
work.
are you? Not that guy's size.
Like 3.5 feet.
Ooh, that ain't gonna
Yeah.
work.
It's not gonna work.
Yep, the Dragons are probably
So it
more
looks-
than 4 feet tall.
Looks like we're...
I can charm person.
Who are you gonna charm?
Well, we don't know. First off, I mean, we know
We don't even know how many people are gonna be.
Bordeaux
left
said
over.
that there's going to be guards.
Yeah.
But we have no guarantee that there's going to be guards. I mean, obviously there's going to be guards.
He
He's
said
got
it'll be
unlimited
trapped,
money.
but it might not be trapped.
It's 1,000% trapped. I
I'm
believe
sure it
every
is.
single bit of that.
I'm sure it is.
Pressure plates exist.
I started to sneeze and then didn't.
I was about to say, either shit or get off the fucking pot.
So
Give your nuts
yeah,
a
if
tug.
you're if you're gonna attempt to grab the arm at some point, you're definitely gonna want to check for traps around it, because it's probably not just gonna be an alarm. It's probably gonna shoot a poison dart in your neck.
You're right.
Or a cage, or fire, or pits, or spikes.
Yeah, who knows what this guy's got cooked
Rabid
up.
wombats.
Just pouring out of the floor.
Could you just imagine if you like grab something that
Oh,
was trapped and
wombats
like
would fuck
2
me up.
dozen rabid wombats fall from
I'm
the
little,
ceiling?
dude. Wombats would fuck me up. They tear me to pieces.
They tear me to pieces, he said.
It's a chimpanzee with boxing gloves on.
Oh, fuck. At least he's handicapped by having boxing gloves
so he
on.
can't
so he
rip
can't
your face
grab
off.
you.
Yeah.
The grappling will be much
All
less
he can
terrible.
do is beat the holy shit out of you.
It would work.
They are very
would
strong.
work.
They're very strong.
It'd be very effective.
Can't have no chimpanzees of head. It'll rip your face off.
Yeah.
Chew on it.
Maybe not boxing gloves, like those UFC gloves. I think it's gonna fuck you up.
3 ounces instead of fucking 16 ounces.
Yeah.
Alright, so we probably definitely want to approach and exit from the sewer, yeah?
It's probably the easiest way to not be seen.
And it comes out somewhere behind the museum.
Right smack dab behind it, from what I understand.
Now, the arm is directly only a wall, as far as we know, exists between us and the arm at that point.
Right. I don't really have a way to get through a wall, though.
Not without doing permanent damage to the wall.
I don't care about that part.
They can afford
Depends
it,
on
but
how.
it could be loud.
It could be real loud.
Oh shit! I've got a terrible idea.
Well, let's hear it, because all we've had are terrible ideas, and we're not doing any of those yet.
Anybody got any TNT?
Well, no. But-
Fidget shop.
That fucking ballista works. And it's got a straight shot for the wall behind that arm.
You think a ballista will take down a wall though?
Yes.
Kind of what they were.
We'd have to
trying
put
do.
something in it.
Yeah, it has no. There's
What's
no
gonna
bolt in
go
it,
through a wall?
and it's not aimed at the wall. It's aimed near the wall.
You mean the catapult or this thing?
That.
I don't know if that's gonna puncture a wall.
Plus-
That's what they're made for.
Oh.
Plus,
I
we'd
thought
have to
they
go
were made
from
for-
the
Rolled
door.
a 20 on information on that item earlier. Give me just a second and I'll tell you if it will go through a wall or not.
I was gonna say there are different size ones, and that one is small.
Yeah, I rolled an
Yeah.
18 on that one.
I have an item I can Indiana Jones with the arm. It's the crowbar. at the very beginning of the
You know
campaign.
damn well that could go through a wall.
Okay.
So we could literally have someone
That's probably what's in that crate. Is the
sneak
bolts,
in,
right?
arm that, fire it at that wall, while the rest of us stand behind the wall, off to the sides, at a safe distance.
Was it loaded?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't loaded.
It's just operable.
It's operable,
It's just
and we
operable.
don't know that there was ammunition for it. There was a crate,
We didn't get to.
Yeah, I got.
but you got stifled real quick, like.
You'd think they just wouldn't leave it out like that if they didn't want you to look inside of it. But,
Right?
You know, whatever.
They were really stingy with their exhibits.
just seems like a
I've been
horrid
to
idea.
better museums,
More interactive buildings.
for
Yes.
sure.
Like, what else could it be? What else could be in that container? Or that box?
Souvenir hats, for all we know. Like,
Well, they'd want us to look at those and buy them.
that's fair. Probably not then. Damn, we did forget to ask if there was a gift shop.
I think I'm willing to go in.
You're willing to set this up?
I'm willing to go set up the ballista if Finn can handle the arm.
Are you guys gonna try to go in silent and do this, or are we gonna have to provide backup?
Well, see, that's the scary part. Is
Well, technically, only one of us needs to be inside. The rest of us can wait outside and grab the arm through the hole.
oh, so you're suggesting we go in, somebody blows the ballista, and then we grab the arm and boogie out?
It's not the worst idea.
Okay, I was thinking somebody grabs the arm while the other
a bit
person
more
arms
violent.
and fires the ballista, and they boogie out.
I think that might. I don't know.
Well, if somebody grabs the arm first, that just gives the guards that
Well,
much
that's
more
what I
time
was-
to get to us.
Well, that's why we have the ballista armed ready, and then we fire the ballista, grab the arm, and go. Which is what I thought your plan was, but if you want to go in by yourself, then by all means.
Oh, no, no.
Godspeed on the Devil's Thunder, my friend.
Yeah.
Who was your god? You'll meet him soon.
Diz, can you hand me a Diet Peepus, please? Let's see how bad it could possibly be.
That could be a
Feels
way
like
to go,
that
though.
answer is-
So
if you
either
don't
way,
keep
right
your
now,
stuff.
both of your plans involve someone getting in and then arming, aiming, and firing the ballista.
With
Either
no,
way.
With no
Yes.
issue.
With,
Yeah.
with zero
Yeah.
issues.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like what I'm saying is like either way, both of your plans involve the
the
same
exact same
steps.
thing. One of them just involves two people, and one of them involves one.
It's actually better than Diet Coke, which isn't saying a lot.
Ah.
But yeah, like,
Still tastes like horrible chemicals.
that's my idea.
Does anybody else have an idea?
It's a pretty loud idea.
I did
We've
say it was
never
dumb.
once
Yeah,
been
it
quiet.
seems like
unfortunately.
whoever is going in to
Yeah.
fire the ballista is probably going to be made.
Yeah, they're probably taking the biggest risk.
Plus, how would we unlock multiple doors? We don't know what keys open what doors. We can't split the keys up.
I will go ahead and say this too.
Two of the keys are
If
the
you-
same, but we don't know where they go.
If you've only ever been explained on how to use a ballista,
It'd be
you've
very
never seen
difficult.
one in action or used one yourself, it's probably going to be pretty difficult to operate.
Only one of us has experience with a ballista.
That's true.
Would I have ever actually used one?
No.
Okay, so I
you,
would've-
you never were trained in the usage of one, but you were on a team that worked very closely with a ballista team for a while. So you've seen them in action. You've been next to the ballistas while
You're
the team
significantly more
operates them.
familiar at the very least.
You're incredibly more familiar than anyone else would be in the party.
All right, so I would be the one to break in and
We don't have to
figure
break
out
in.
how-
We got keys.
Yeah, we're
to
still not
break
supposed
out.
to be there.
I would say with that 20, you got a good look at this one. You're pretty familiar with it. You've seen the actions done on a ballista incredibly similar to this one.
Now, if you want, we could drop your armor and I could give you mage armor for an hour. It's a base of AC 13 plus your dex modifier. I don't know if your dex modifier is worth a damn or not, but
C13 plus 2.
that'd be a 15. It's not as good as your armor, but it's not disadvantage on stealth.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I know how you paladins are, too. I've never seen you take that thing off, so...
It's just a pair of white boxers with hearts on them underneath.
Somebody else's name stitched into the waist.
I was about to say there's a name on it, but it's not his.
They wash all the paladins' undies together, and sometimes they get mixed up.
Oh, they're
Water.
pink sometimes.
Sad.
Ceremonial fucking tabard.
You don't want to
Well,
have to go to
if-
work in pink
If
undies
this
though, when
is
you're
the
a
plan,
paladin.
I can be at the ready here to nab the arm, and I'm gonna just crowbar swap, and then
You're gonna Indiana Jones it?
yeah, and then bag it.
I was gonna say we don't know how it is trapped, so we might as well plan for it to be trapped that way.
There might be a big that rolls out and chases me down the street or something.
Well, by
Hopefully
by that point, you guys, or you should be in the sewer again.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
come in if need
What's
be.
my
I
role?
mean, I
What's
can-
my role in this?
Don't be loud.
Your role,
I feel like back up at the door. in
your
case-
role is to not get caught.
Am I gonna watch the sewer entrance?
You're
That seems like a really good idea. You're gonna make
back
sure
up in case we get made.
All right, you contact me
Yeah.
with that little brain thing you can do.
I don't think you're familiar with the brain thing. I've hit him twice with it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I
have
know what
not
you're
gotten.
talking
I
hit
thought
with
you
it.
did. I thought you messaged Gorna whenever we all split up.
That was me.
Nah, I was about to say I got a
It's
hold
been
of.
me twice.
Oh.
We
Okay.
just met
Well,
back
I don't know
at
nothing
the
about it then.
orchard.
Well, then,
Oh, that's right.
you know that Finnegan can message you.
No, I can't do that.
Oh, did you never get messaged by?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Nope. I can message
Guess
you if
not.
anything should go awry.
Okay.
I can
So-
message Finnegan on the inside.
So when I get the arm, should I just go? I shouldn't.
Yeah,
So-
just straight into the.
I shouldn't stick around. Right?
Yeah.
No, we need to go. We need to
Yeah.
go. He's gonna put a hole in the wall, and you're gonna grab the arm and exit through it, and then he's coming for it. I will have what I can from the hole to cover both of you.
Yeah.
What about
This is crazy.
what about some divine
This plan
favor?
is delightful. It's
It
You
is.
got
I love
anything we
this.
could use to
I love this so much.
bolster up anything? You got, I mean, you've used like 2 spells I've
I
ever seen. I don't
can-
know what you can do.
I can help with an ability check.
Okay.
That's
Well,
pretty
it's
good,
almost
'cause
like
he's gonna be
we're about to be
stealth
making a
checking.
lot of ability checks.
He's gonna be stealth.
So how do we do that?
I just gotta touch you.
So you should probably pat them on the back before they go through the door, huh?
Nice slap on the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way to go, team.
Keep the good work. Way to go, champ.
Can you stack that? Like, can you have more than
it's-
one out, or?
It says you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one
So
ability check.
one
How
of
long
them
does it
gets it
last?
until the next time you use the spell.
It says
Duration.
it says the willing creature can roll the die before or after making the ability check.
And then the spell ends. That's all it says.
Okay.
It
So
doesn't say
it
if
lasts
it's on the
until either, usually the ruling on
duration-
that, but
Up to 1 minute.
You're 1 minute.
up to 1 minute. Okay, so
1
you
minute.
have a minute
Pretty
to use
quick.
that on an ability check, which
So-
is fine. It shouldn't take more than a minute to get to either of those two places. Well, we're sneaking. We're not running, so that's a
Well,
different
really,
story.
if anyone's getting it, he needs it to do the stealth to get to the ballista, because I'll probably be fine. Like,
That's fair. We can give Garuk all the advantage we can to stealth. Do you want to drop your armor here and pick it up after we get back?
drop it inside the sewer.
Yeah, I could probably have somebody.
That would probably be good too, just in case there's people in there. You don't want anybody to recognize your armor.
Okay, so
Unless. No, that wouldn't work. Never mind.
What about... Yeah, I can give you mage armor. I would be absolutely tickled pink to give you mage armor.
I didn't know that could be cast on other things besides yourself. That's
Touch a
neat.
willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell's end. So you'll get a DC 13 base plus your dexterity modifier. And the spell ends if you put on armor or if I dismiss the spell as an action.
Alright. Would my shield count as armor?
It does.
Shit.
It adds to your AC. It's armor. It's certainly not a weapon.
Shield bash is the thing.
Spiked shields.
it's a big square weapon.
Tell that to a
Just
fire
blocks
giant
other
dreadnought.
weapons.
He's got two
wait a minute.
non-weapon shields.
I might be wrong. I might,
Yes.
I might be fucked up here. Hang on.
Plus, I think you wear armor. You technically carry a shield.
That's a Googleable question for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought about
Yeah.
that actually.
We want to talk to the DMs Guild about this tonight. Hey guys.
Y'all ever thought about this?
Oh, I'm sure it's coming up.
Yeah, I bet.
I'll control F and type in shield is armor ? I love posting shit ignorantly on the internet question-wise like that. Shield is armor ? Shruggy face emoji.
And Pregananat?
And how get Pergananat? Can get Pergnate on full moon.
Joe Bob and Majin.
Can get pregnant from cousin. You can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, hang on. Let me look at the player's handbook real quick. You guys keep discussing.
Yeah, we'll figure out the rest of our play.
You asked
So-
a good question.
You did. That's a really good
So,
question. I
anywho-
don't immediately know the answer.
Anywho.
So,
I can give you the mage armor. That'll use up a second of my 4 slots, so I'll still have 2 chances to cast grease to slick up the road behind you guys. I love how we already know I'm gonna use grease.
Alright, so once I fire the ballista, should I exit through the front or follow out through the hole?
Front's gonna be locked.
Well, I assumed that's where I was going to go in. But
Oh, that's fair. Do you want to go in through the front?
I feel like that's what I thought the plan was. I think it's right there by the ballista.
Right. It's
Just depends
the
on if there's
the only
guards.
problem with that,
is the
is-
front's on the street,
yeah,
and if we're
Uh,
still in high alert, there may be patrols. We don't even know what's going on
On the
around the
inside,
building yet.
yeah.
I don't care about the inside. Until we open that door, the inside doesn't matter to me
matter.
because the only thing that exists is that arm, our money,
Okay.
and an easy break.
I mean, shield is on.
This is
the armor chart.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, because shields are shields fall under the chart armor. Armor is listed as light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and shield.
Okay, so it's armor.
So I
So it's
would
armor.
have to call that armor. I would have
Yeah,
to-
that's not even a debate.
Yeah,
It's
that's
on the armor
solid.
chart. It's
Yeah,
armor.
that's
I
raw.
have to say
That's
that's
armor.
That's yeah, that's wrong. Rules is written. That's
I'm
armor.
gonna say there's another chart labeled weapons, and
Yeah,
there are no shields
yeah,
on
yeah.
it. So
So I would say that a shield is technically armor.
Damn.
Yeah, it is armor, so yeah, I cannot use that.
Something equipable that increases your AC through something that isn't
Right.
magic.
Hi, Bobby. Come on. Come on. We're talking about crimes. You're gonna love this.
if I am gonna stay by the sewer entrance, which is behind the building, I don't have access in on either one of these doors unless someone opens one of them for me.
That's why we have the keys.
Yeah, but
So
you guys
you're
need
gonna
the
unlock
keys
a side door
to
and
open
then go back
this
and go
one.
through the front door.
Because you guys, I thought, were coming in through here.
Oh, I thought we decided that was a dumb idea because it's open and there might be patrols.
I don't think we ruled it out. I pointed out that it's not the best idea.
So
Aren't both
okay,
of
so
the
you're gonna
back
go in
doors-
this door potentially, which we think leads to the outside.
Well, we don't know if that is actually in an alley or not. We know for sure this one is.
yeah.
That one might lead to the rest of the building. Like,
You're pretty sure that there is no more rest
Yeah,
of the
we're
building. You're pretty
almost
sure that
positive
also
that
leads
goes
to
to
an
an
alley.
okay.
Yeah, because the building's built super symmetric everywhere else.
Yeah. From
And we would be able to tell from the road.
having a look in the inside, you're pretty sure that both those doors just lead outside to the sides of the back of the
I was
building.
gonna say both of those doors are also closer to the sewer.
So if you guys go in here,
Yes.
then that gives me ingress. If and when things go poorly.
Yeah. Which is why we were also thinking about plans B, C, B, C, D, and E.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool.
I've
'Cause
got a
I
couple
pers-
of tricks up my sleeve, and they'll work in a few fun ways. So,
Alright, so I just have to get in through that door, sneak down this way to the ballista, arm it, load it, and aim it and fire it.
How can we be for sure that there's ammo there? And if there
We're not.
We're
is it-
not.
Yeah, is there any chance we could get ammo that you could... How big's a ballista bolt? Can you take one with you?
Not hide it.
Okay.
Well, I don't think we're worried about hiding anything right now. We're gonna go through the sewer and in through an alley. So
I mean, it's an arrow, what, like the size of a telephone pole? Or is it more
Not quite
like...
that big.
Okay,
Like the size. It's
It's-
like,
brooms.
like
it's
the size
almost
of a
the
fence
si-
post.
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
It's like the size of a. It's big enough to take out a wall.
Okay, so
It's
you can't just hoy one of those over your shoulder and go. So I get it. Okay, so but we also know that it's probably not in that box because that box is not big
Big
enough. To
The box would be big enough to contain one.
Oh,
That
okay.
mini might not look like it's big enough to contain one because I don't have a box that
Gotcha.
looks big enough to contain one, but it would be.
It's the crate of
Excellent, good
folding.
name.
Yeah,
Okay.
I spent like
Okay, so it did
$500
seem
on
like
terrain
that
and
it
then
could
about
have been big enough to hold.
$1,200
Yeah.
on
Got it. Okay,
monsters.
cool. Then we don't have to worry about any of that.
Monsters are cooler.
Just didn't want it to be frisbees or something.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That box
Fucking
looked.
shot glasses.
That box looked like it might be big enough to contain.
Those are just projectile weapons.
You would know. You would have recognized, I'd say, with that 20 you rolled on the ballista and having been near them, that they are often in crates similar to that.
Yeah.
Anybody who's
So
worked
I can
parallel
make
to the
an
military
educated
knows what a
guess.
yellow crate looks like.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I could make an educated guess and say.
Not even
with-
really an educated guess. You could just be pretty certain that
Yeah.
that's got.
But you know damn good and well that's an ammo crate.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's gonna be ammo in the building, it's gonna be in that crate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That takes a huge question mark out of the plan. And then at that point, I know what I'm doing, so
You can always ask me if your character would have knowledge of something like that. Feel free.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to make so many checks.
I think you all are. So,
I could come in with you.
you all
just
have
for the
a
back.
rough plan in mind, and the day is starting to get late. You've been sitting around underground in the thieves' hideout for a while discussing your plans, and the day is starting to run long. Now you can enact your plan tonight if you so choose, or if you want to wait it out for another time, we can do that as well. Is there anything you wanted to do before you got this done?
Are we sufficiently equipped? Is there anything we think we might need other than... I mean, we're literally doing a smash and grab. So... it's a large-scale smash and grab.
I'm going to ask Bordeaux if there is a secure place where I can stash my stuff until we get back.
Of course. You leave it in your room.
Alright, so I'll set my armor in my room.
Okay.
I will also leave my shield.
That is armor.
Yeah.
Shield is 100% armor.
Yes. And like anything that would symbolize me as a paladin.
Sure. Right.
I'm going to keep my amulet on me, but tucked in.
Okay.
But like everything else, any kind of patches or symbols,
Gotcha.
whatever, I will be leaving.
All right. Anything else anyone would like to do to prepare before you all start on this?
I'm going to I'm gonna leave my pack in my room, but I'm gonna grab that bottle of olive oil that I was gifted. Double check my spell component pouch and everything. Make sure the butter bag's still good and buttery. And I guess just put on my battle rattle. I'm gonna put on my little cloak and pull my hood up over my fucking face because it's time to be an anarchist.
I was gonna say, I don't have a lot with me other than leaving,
Mask on.
my like bedroll and backpack and stuff at
Right.
the hideout, but taking,
Yeah.
my stuff.
We should probably all don some kind of disguise.
I've got a big old cloak on, so
I too have a big old cloak on now.
Okay.
do you guys want to do this tonight, or
I was about to ask, so
because it's getting close, but this is gonna take like an hour and a half probably.
yeah, this is going to be a little bit, so if you all would like to
I had a-
continue this tonight, we can. I'm totally
I had a
here
long
for it.
night last night that involved a whole bunch of wine, so my vote isn't. But if you guys want to roll, I'll roll.
I won't be offended either way.
I gotta be up at 7.
I gotta be up.
I gotta be up at
5.
6 and out the house by 7.
Okay.
So we're going to spend the rest of this session just preparing, I guess.
Yep.
I will
after we
say-
get prepared.
I will say that you all get prepared for your travels. And you enter the sewers to begin your journey to the museum. And we'll pick up there next time.
Yep.